protein and the soy diet. Many people, for a plethora of reasons, are opting away from eating meat on a regular basis and turning towards soy products for their protein needs. Soy, it's true, contains all the essential amino acids and is therefore a complete protein. The body has to have all of them in order to survive and complete daily maintenance. There might be a few small issues with getting all the protein one needs from soy, though, including the sheer amount of food you will need to consume to get what you need for day-to-day living. A 25-year-old woman, who is 5'3" inches tall and weighs 125 pounds, will need, even with a sedentary lifestyle, approximately 1650 calories per day to maintain weight and bodily function. Most soy-based diets operate on the premise that a person will get part of their dietary needs from soy products and the rest from fruits and vegetables. Using soy as the basis of a diet will make it rather difficult to meet one's protein needs. For instance, using the recommended ratio of 40% carbohydrates, 30% proteins, and 30% fat, the 5'3" inches tall 25-year-old woman will need 165 g of carbohydrates, 124 g of protein, and 55 g of fat. In order to get 124 g of protein from soy-based products, you're likely going to need to eat a whole lot of tofu. In fact, it will take 3.14 cups of tofu to meet the 124 g requirement. This also gives you 33 g of carbs and 68 g of fat. To get the 124 g of protein from soybeans, you'll need 1.82 cups. This provides you with 102 g of carbs and 67 g of fat. If you decide on veggie soy burgers for your primary source of complete protein, in order to meet the 124 g requirement, you would need to ingest 789 g, which works out to approximately 11 patties, not to mention 112 g of carbs and 49 g of fat. Clearly, the veggie burgers offer up a better choice when it comes to fat content, but who wants to eat 11 patties a day? Conversely, if you look at how much chicken you would need in a given day to meet the requirement of 124 g of protein, you get a very different picture, about 3 cups of boneless, skinless, chicken breast. This would be easy to incorporate into your day. Chicken also has no carbohydrates, so it would be easy to get your 165 g from another food. Also, your fat count from this much chicken, if roasted, is only around 14 g. Clearly, if you insist on getting most of your protein from soy-based products, you're going to have to think of a way to keep your fat intake at a reasonable level while still enabling yourself to have variety in the foods you are eating. You could try a product like Protica's protein shot, ProfectR, to supplement your soy diet with complete proteins. It's only 100 calories and contains 25 g of complete protein. You could easily cut your soy intake in half and supplement it with 2 or 3 of these shots. You have other alternatives as well. If you're opening to eating meat, fish is a good option. Wild Atlantic salmon, for instance, has nearly 20 g of protein per 100 g. Salmon is also very high in healthy omega-3 fatty acids. If you were to get all of your protein requirements from Atlantic salmon, you would need to eat 625 g of it per day. You'd get no carbs and you'd have about 40 g of fat. Or there's eggs and dairy. Consider this, in order to get 124 g of protein from eggs, you would need to eat nearly 20 large hard-boiled eggs or drink just over 16 cups of cow's milk. This is certainly a situation where you might consider a protein supplement, if for no other reason than to rein in your fat intake. 20 large hard-boiled eggs contain about 104 g of fat and 16 cups of milk have around 127 g. Neither is manageable long-term, and definitely not healthy. The bottom line is, if you are going to be eating a mostly soy-based diet, you absolutely have to consider an additional source of protein. Take this information into consideration when choosing an eating plan and absolutely consult a doctor or nutritionist before you decide. You may be making some very unhealthy choices without meaning to. Visit Protica.com to learn more about protein supplements.